So this one's from Bad Smurf. The headline for his question is, Milone is terrible. And his statement is, how in the world did this guy pitch so well in Oakland? I expect him to be more mediocre. I expected to be more mediocre than good, but never expected him to be this bad. He looks like the next Dunsing.
Okay.
Let's parse this question out a little bit more.
There's a lot going on there.
So, first of all, I think people should have known, if you maybe were in stats, is that he was kind of outperforming where he should have in Oakland. You've got a much better defense and a cavernous outfield, and that's how you have a good offense too. So you win some games and have a low ERA. That's a product of that.
Okay, how in the world did the guy pitch so well in Oakland? There you go.
There you go. That's how that kind of happens. But beyond that too, he also came out after his last start and said, "I have shoulder problems," and who knows if that's the old Rodney Dangerfield. Oh, my arm!
It's broken.
And so maybe that's part of it. You got a bad arm.
Yeah.
Okay. That doesn't. But
And
Dunsing,
his ceiling was a 4th or 5th starter anyway.
yeah, right. So I don't know what you expected.
Got a lot of those guys. You've seen it for the last 3 or 4 years.
But Dunsing's actually been all right. So
Right. That was at the end. I'm like, well.
Well,
So do we put him in the bullpen and?
I think he just battles it out until you figure out what he's going to do next year. I mean, he could be. Dunsing's up for arbitration. Could be gone. This is probably his last.
Yeah, I want to know what he meant by looks like the next Dunsing.
Yeah.
Like in what way? Dunsing's been fine.
Throws with the same hand, I think, is what he was trying to get at. Just like Dunsing. Right there. Right there. That's how you do that. All right. So, one other question we had. Positives and negatives of the season. What do you got?
I think the positives are...
What do you take away?
The negatives are... They're long ass season, and they're going to lose another 95 games. The positives are Vargas, Dozier, and Arcia are going to be in the starting rotation, in the starting lineup.
Flamethrower lineup.
Danny Santana, flamethrower
lineup.
They're going to be in the lineup. Hughes is good to quite good, and
strong to quite strong.
So your rotation, you got one piece of the rotation figured out. Everything else.
You only need one person, if you recall Nick Nelson's piece. You only need one person.
Yeah, I reread both of those pieces. Everybody's replaceable on a 90-loss team, but he's right. You would go in with that same. This is what you have for next year. They're not going to do a ton in free agency unless they find a pitcher they like or something. That'd be the place to target. The negatives are Nolasco wasn't that good. Pelfrey
didn't play.
He's on the hook for next year too.
Yeah.
And what I'm going to take away from this season is so many times I've just said, "What are you doing?" And most of the time was whoever happened to be playing center field that day. Like, what the hell are you doing? That's how this year felt.
A lot of infielders in the outfield.
Yeah. This was never a thing. Like, they never tried to put Guzman in center, did they? Like, this was a weird thing that just kept happening. And
Puckett played shortstop once.
That was a bit, though. That was like in one game, like, Puck, go play shortstop, whatever. It wasn't their nightly strategy.
Sure.
This year is the year where I was like, what is going on down there? Like, I'm not saying anyone's tanking, but it just doesn't seem like you're trying to put the best lineup out there.
I'll say negative, too, was Josemiel Pinto, where we're seeing him in September. He's just ripping doubles after double, and he's obviously a very good hitter.
Right.
But to keep him out of the lineup just because he can't catch, and then you go outside Kendrys Morales.
Yeah. Right.
I don't know. I mean, that was...
It's weird. It's, again, what are you doing? What are you doing?
What's going on?
Like, in 2011... The feeling was, man, everybody's getting hurt. Mauer's gone. It's just, this is going horribly wrong. Like, Nishioka's not any good. Like, that's how that was. It was just people being bad. This year,
hurt and bad. Yeah.
Everybody was hurt or just kind of the wheels fell off. This is like from the manager to the general manager. Like, what is going on? What is happening? I think that's the general feeling.
I think it started with the Jason Bartlett letting everyone go, and that obviously. So a positive too would be the Sam Fold situation.
Yeah.
So that parlayed into us getting Sam Fold, who we traded for Tommy Milone, who is terrible apparently, and it's the next Dunsing. But that's a good move, right?
Yeah, and I don't think everything they've done is negative, but I mean the Hughes signing is brilliant. I just read, maybe you retweeted it, that somebody offered he was a 1-year, $10 million deal in the offseason, and he turned it down.
That was the Angels, yes.
And if that was the case, he's in line for a lot of money after this season. If this is, if he's on a 1-year contract, so he kind of has missed that gamble.
Yeah, so bad on him,
right? But but obviously the Twins got, they did a good job with that signing. But to balance it out, the Nolasco signing just doesn't look like it's working out.
And I think long term next year, Nolasco is going to be better.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like
we've said Sealinger is fourth on a good team, fourth starter at best, and that's not bad. That's not bad. I think Barrios and everybody else.
And if he was hurt as long as he said he was hurt, I mean, according to all the storylines that came out, that when he went on the DL, he was hurt in spring training.
Yes.
Right? And didn't say anything until July.
So that's on him.
Right. So hopefully he's healthier, and when he's healthy, he's decent. He's decent.
Yeah.
Which they need to get. They need decent pitching.